Assalamu alaikum bandiraɓe. Mi salmini on fulɓe leñol am. Inde am Musa Omari. Mi janga Fulfulde Adamawa. Video o woni dow ko mi jangi Fulfulde. Mi yiɗi on woni jam hande. So today, the video, as you guys see, is about Fulfulde, learning Fulfulde. And I'm gonna share some greetings and basic phrases that I've learned that has helped me with communication thus far. So definitely reach out if you're interested. I'm creating like a group, maybe on WhatsApp or somewhere online, to other people that are also learning Fulfulde. We can kind of learn together, each one teach one. All right, so right now let's go through some basic phrases that I've learned from this book specifically. It's called Adamawa Fulfulde for Starters. I've shared a video of this on my page. The video will be pinned as well. Bugs everywhere. Okay, the first phrase I would want to share is jambanduna. Right? Jambanduna means, like in English, it would translate to like kind of like how is your body, but it's kind of a way someone would say that to you in the morning. I personally interpret it as, what I'm saying, how you feeling, is your body, sore, stuff like that. Another main phrase that you should know is how to say good morning, right? To say good morning would be, right, awali jam, right, awali jam, or you can say jamwal, right? Depending on who you talk to, they'll say it in the opposite way, right, for good morning. There's other ways to say good morning, but we're gonna just use that one, right? And to say good afternoon would be anyali jam, or jamnyali, right? That would be a way to say good afternoon. To say good evening would be aherti jam, or aheri jam, or aheri jam, right? To say sleep in peace, you say jamwala, sleep in peace. To say, ask somebody like, are you fine, are you okay, you can say adonjam, right? Adonjam, right? That would mean asking someone, are you at peace, or like, basically like saying, are you okay? You can also say ajamo. I like using that one. I like that one. Say ajamo. So ajamo or donjam, right? Another key essential would be to ask someone, how are you, right? To say how are you to someone. Easiest way to say that would be noi awoni. Noi meaning how, you, and woni. Noi awoni, right? Someone will ask you, how are you? Noi awoni, right? You can respond jamdan or mijamo, midonjam. You can respond that way. It's very common and polite to ask someone how's their home, and stuff like that. So you say noisare, so it's like, how is your home type thing. Is your home peaceful and stuff like that? We're not used to saying things. A lot of people are not used to saying things like that in English, but that is a great expression in Fulfulde amongst the Fulbe people, right? To say, how's your work? You would say noi kugal. How's your work, right? To say, how's your responsibilities, or like, like things that you're dealing with. You would say noi sungula, right? To say, another saying is kind of like, how's the stress, but it's kind of like asking, kind of like referring to that, right? So you would say noi chomri, right? To ask, another phrase to ask somebody, you know, like, how's everybody in your home? Now, not just how's the home, how's everybody in your home? Like, how's your family? You know what I'm saying? You would say, noi himbe sare, noi himbe sare, noi himbe sare, right? That would be one that you could use, you know? Someone went to a market. You're like, how was the market? You know, how was the market? You know, you would say, noi lumo, right? Lumo is market, right? Asking someone, how are your parents? How are your parents, right? You would say, noi saroma, right? Noi saroma, right? To say you're welcome or welcome, you say, jabama, right? Jabama, right? And to say, like, in a sense, to say I accept, or like I accept this or something like that, you could say mijabi, right? Mijabi, okay? But how a normal way and an easy way to respond to a lot of these things that I've mentioned in the video, simply jamtan or jamtun, depending on where you live, right? Jamtan, peace only, jamtan, peace only. Another saying that I've learned from this book, jamnitawan, which is like fine for the moment. Jamnitawan, fine for the moment, right? And to say like everything is fine, you could use a phrase like jamko dumme, right? Jamko dumme. So if somebody says no yawoni, you can say jamko dumme, right? That would be a way to say that, right? As well as, other than asking somebody if they're fine, you want to ask them, are you well? You know what I'm saying? Are you well? You know what I'm saying? Somebody not feeling good or whatever the case may be. You can say asati. You can say asatina. Like, you well? You know, asatina. So that's a way to say it. To be casual and say hi to like a friend, casually, not an elder, because elder greetings are completely different, as I'm learning, right? You would say noiton, right? You could say noiton, or you could say noiwai. I know they say that in like Pulaar in the West, you know, and stuff like that a lot. So these are phrases, these are a few phrases that I wanted to share, and I think like these phrases are very handy, you know what I'm saying? To be able to greet someone and say, you know, good morning, how are you, and stuff like that, you know, it's really like key, you know, it's really key, you know. And to say like today is hande, right? So you could add on to that, no yawoni hande. So it's like, how are you? Not just how are you, but how are you today, you know? So I feel like these are very, like, because a lot of conversations start off like that. You hear what I'm saying? I don't jump. And you jumped on. Alhamdulillah. Like, you know? You know? Peace only. You know what I'm saying? Everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Me what? Right? I'm good. So yeah, these are some phrases I wanted to share. Help motivate other Fulani, you know, Fulani descendants like me that maybe haven't took the journey yet of like trying to relearn the language and reclaim the language. You know, it's our mother tongue, father tongue, that if we're descendants, you know, rightfully so, we should reclaim the culture, reclaim the language. And the culture is within the language. As you're learning the language, you also learn the culture, because some of these expressions are clearly very cultural to ask someone. You know what I'm saying? That you're not used to here in the west of the world to speak to somebody and say, you know, you're asking somebody how's their body. You know what I'm saying? In the rising, like, how's your body? Like, you're not fatigued, you're not sore, like, you all right? You know what I mean? It's like really big on like making sure people are at peace and people are okay. You know, really. And even when people aren't okay, a lot of the times I learned in Fulbe culture is that nobody tells you when they're not okay. You know, no one tells you when they're not okay, even if they're not okay. So yeah, I just wanted to share those. I'll be making videos, just sharing a few things as I learn it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you know, pretty much hope that this helps you start your journey off like it did for me. I'm clearly not fluent yet, but you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to realize that I understand more of the language than I thought I did. You know, now that I'm like actively like forcing myself to speak it every day, and as well as like I go into live rooms on TikTok and other platforms, and I'm invited in, and people see me and they're like, oh, this man must be from Guinea or from Chad or from Nigeria, somewhere, and they immediately start going in the fastest Fulfulde that you can think about. And I'm just there like, you know, me wolwa Fulfulde set that. Like, a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I speak Fulfulde just a little. And they're like, no. They're like, you're playing with me, man. Like, you're playing with me. I'm like, no, like, I'm serious, man. Set that. Like, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know? You know, me Fulfulde set that. I understand a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know, me nana, you know, I hear, you know what I'm saying? You know, I hear it. You know what I'm saying? I might not understand it fully, but getting there, you know what I'm saying? We're getting there, you know what I'm saying? Inshallah, you know, soon. You know, I know when I take the trip back to the continent, and this time my goal is to pretty much stay in a village, stay in specifically in a town where it's mainly just Fulbe, right? And naturally when I travel, people come up and they want to speak your language, but no. I want to just speak straight Fulfulde. Even if I don't understand it, it's gonna cause my brain to just understand it, because I'm realizing like the more I spend time listening to the music, the more I spend time hearing people talk, even if I don't understand it, I start realizing like, wait, I know that word, or that comes from this, you know. And I'm really right now starting to understand, you know, the past tense and the present tense, you know, and like that is like really key, you know, it's really key. You know, so it's the vibes, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I hope this can motivate others like me that are on this journey that will probably see this video, and as well as for the native Pulo that watch this video that is already fluent, you know what I'm saying? Comment in the video, let me know what dialect or from what region, you know, you're from, because there's different dialects. See, I'm learning Adamawa Fulfulde, right? There's many dialects, they're all beautiful. I hope one day like I can understand all the dialects, but you know, you got to start with one. So you know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it this far in the video, please like, share, subscribe, please. You know what I'm saying? It would help me make further videos and share this stuff with you, whether it's music, whether it's things about languages and lifestyle. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Blessings, and I'll see you guys in the next video.